at Auto Ave for road work. Today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 81, and tonight, still chance for showers and storms with a low around 63.
88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Jazz88.FM, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools. The Jazz Impulse with weekly host Danny Sigelman traverses the sonic landscape that is the soundtrack to your Saturday night.
Whether it's disco skates or paperweight.
Here and now on Jazz88.
You never know, 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 till you find out. Everybody's saying you can't expect a man who's been down so long to make the time. Oh, but give him a little time to say what's on his mind, and you might be surprised what you find out. You never know what you can do till you find out. You hear what I say? Never know what you can do till you find out. Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, tell men got to see the light. Oh, but they didn't know how far they could go till they made up in their minds to find out. Oh, you never know what you can do till you find out. You never know what you can do till you find out. Go give it a try. Yeah, no. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know. You never know, till you find out. Complications and situations can turn your life around, but you can't let it get you down. You never know what you can do till you find out. You never know what you can do till you find out. Give it a try. Wanna take a chance, a chance, let you know the key. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know. You never know what you can do till you find out. Give it a try. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know. Till you find out. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know.
People, let me borrow your minds for a minute, if I may, as we take a stroll through reality. I want to talk to you about cities and towns. I want to talk about one particular town, and that's a town called Nowhere. Now, some of you might ask, what town? I've never heard of this town before, but in fact you have. You're living right in that town right now. I'm talking about your town, my town, their town, everybody's town. I'm talking about places full of faces, full of people rushing to and fro, every which way, never stopping to have thanks for today. Think about it. How many of you have lived in the same apartment building for several years and never got to know the neighbor upstairs, or the neighbor downstairs on the next floor, or in some cases the neighbor right next door? Think about it. Well, that's what they're trying to get across to you in this song. And if you'll just sit back and relax, I'm quite sure you might learn something. It goes a little something like this. Dig it.
Have you ever been to a town? No one hangs around. Confusion's everywhere. I say that no one seems to care.
I'm talking about a town called nowhere. You down my town called nowhere. A town called nowhere. Oh yeah, yeah. That's where you'll find me. Out there, all alone in a town called nowhere. Oh yeah. The corner grocery store doesn't even have a door. Looking through my window pane, I see my reflection once again. I'm talking about a town called nowhere. You down my town called nowhere. A town called nowhere. Oh yeah, yeah. That's where you find me. Oh yeah. People, let me tell ya, yeah. I'm talking about your town, my town. Everybody's town is a town called nowhere. Yeah, I'm talking about a town called nowhere. You down my town called nowhere. Everybody's town called nowhere. Oh yeah, yeah. That's where you'll find me. Out there, all alone. Talking about your town called nowhere. Yeah, oh yeah. New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Los Angeles, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Washington, D.C. Yeah. I'm talking about your town, my town, Indiana, Cleveland, Ohio, Seattle, Washington, Tennessee, North New Jersey, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri, and Macon, Georgia. You've been down, my town, hey, everybody. You've been blind, oh, this time, dig it.
Hold it, wait a minute, y'all forgot my town.
I
The Jazz Impulse fills your Saturday night up.
5-band graphic equalizer and the 40-watt power amplifier for your car radio. Make it sound real good.
7 to 10 p.m. every Saturday night.
Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody right there, get involved. Everybody just come on up. Come on up. Come on, come on. Come on with your come on. Come on, come on. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over here, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Come on with your little come on. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over here, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Wait. Wait. Don't raise your hand. Doing nothing. Inspect me. Say you're doing something. Don't raise your hand. Let me to call you a man. Don't raise your hand. Let me to say, there goes my man. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over here, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Wait. 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 The bigger the tongue, all the bone. You gotta have occasion. You won't be caught. Gotta have occasion. You have to moan. Do it right. You won't have to go back and do it at night. Do it one time. Make it right. Got the world. Got the fight. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over here, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Wait. 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 Look at here. Wait. Go on. Go on. Go on. They need a little help. You can't do it alone. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right here, get into it. Everybody over there, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Ha. Say it one more time, Bobby. What do we want to do? Get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Ha. Wait. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody over here, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Wait. 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 Dallas, I want you to hit me. Dallas, don't miss me. Dallas, I want you to hit me. Hit me. All right, hit me. Hey, me. 2 times. Look here. Ha. Hit me. Hit me. Come on. Bring it down. Hey! Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right here, get into it. Everybody over there, get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Wait. Don't raise your hand. Doing nothing. Expect me. Say you're doing something. Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. Clench your fist. Probably better change your twist. Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. If you don't clean it, don't raise your hand. If you don't mean it, don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. Get on up. Get on up. Get into it. Get involved. Get involved.
Jazz 88. We're getting up. We're getting into it. We're getting involved with James Brown in the Jungle Groove. James Brown and the JBs. What a rhythm section. You got Bootsy Collins on bass with Clyde Stubblefield on drums, Bobby Bird on vocals, the whole band just killing it here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. Sign the Family Stone, taking us higher in 1975 from Sly and the Family Stone Stand record. Skip Mahoney and the Casuals snuck in there from 1974. Their Your Funny Moods record brought Town Called Nowhere. We started off the Jazz Impulse tonight with Leroy Hudson featuring the Free Spirit Symphony. Feel the Spirit from 1976. Never know what you can do. Give it a try. We are certainly doing so here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. It's the 4th of July. We're celebrating something. We're celebrating all the great music we bring you here tonight on Jazz 88. We're going to keep the party rolling with some Average White Band, Cochimia, McCoy Tyner coming up, and Lou Donaldson. Lou Donaldson giving us a bump from Blue Note Records, 1962. Keeping the JB's vibe rolling with saxophonist Lou Donaldson. His Smokin' Hot 1969 record, Say It Loud. Leo Morris on drums, pounding out Brother Soul. Tonight on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
there. Michelle Zito here from Jammin' Jazz, Jazz for the New Generation. And if you're like me, you like to shake things up a little bit and throw a little spice into your jazz. I'm talking a little bit of funk, a little bit of soul, maybe some blues, maybe a little fusion. Then tune in Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. right here on KBEM for Jammin' Jazz, Jazz for the New Generation with me, Michelle Zito.
This is Pat Nelson. I was asked to share my reasons for donating my car to Jazz88. Semester to semester, year by year, I can tell how the students are learning jazz while gaining confidence in their broadcasting skills. I also love the eclectic jazz and, of course, Bluegrass Saturday morning.
Turn your unneeded vehicle into the programs you love. Towing and pickup are free and you get a tax deduction. Get started by visiting jazz88.fm.
The Jazz Impulse, 7 to 10 p.m. every Saturday night on Jazz 88.
You know, I say it all the time. If you're ever in like a real foul, kind of like bad mood, maybe even kind of sad and depressed, put on some Bernard Purdy drum instructional videos, and it will not only put a smile on your face, cheer you up, teach you something new, but it'll get you up and dancing for sure. Out of 1971 and the Purdy Good record, drummer Bernard Purdy, often referred to as Pretty Purdy. Again with the James Brown tonight on the Jazz Impulse. There's something in the air. Bernard Purdy brought us Cold Sweat here on Jazz 88. Average White Band did Pick Up the Pieces from 1974. Been really digging this single from Kochimia. Gastelum Kochimia is a saxophonist, and the Daptone record label brought us My Tote from Kochimia. Started off the set with McCoy Tyner's 1976 record Focal Point. The Indo Serenade. Drummer Eric Gravatt on the Focal Point record. And actually started off that set way back. Lou Donaldson bringing some jazz funk to the Jazz 88 airwaves tonight. And Brother Soul on the Jazz Impulse. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. We are nearing the top of the hour here on Jazz 88. Keeping our funky dreams alive. Timmy Thomas and Shirley Scott on the way. The Sly Stone, George Clinton produced Funkadelic record came out in 1981. The Electric Spanking of War Babies. Funkadelic, bringing you the title track on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
You see, watch them go to the moon. Live on TV. Electric, making love on babies. Second.
The Dave Dworkin Scholarship Fund, established by Judy and Peter Artstein, supports students enrolled in creative media production, Jazz with Class on KBEM, and MPS Voices. Dave Dworkin was a longtime Twin Cities broadcaster who passed away in 2018. To contribute to the fund, go to jazz88.fm/support and click Dave Dworkin Scholarship Fund.
It's Jazz88. It's the 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're being safe. It's time for a roads and weather update. In White Bear Lake, North Highway 61 is reduced to one lane at Highway 96 for road work. In the East Metro, Lake Elmo Avenue is closed at Highway 36 for road construction. Chances showers and thunderstorms tonight before 9 p.m. and after 2 a.m. tonight. Looking at a low for the overnight of 62 degrees, but waking up tomorrow to sunny skies and a high near 81 for Sunday. It's listener-driven Jazz 88.
88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Jazz88.fm, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
The Jazz Impulse with Danny Sigelman comes to you every Saturday night, 7 to 10 p.m. on Jazz 88. Stay up to date with the Jazz Impulse follow us on Instagram at The Jazz Impulse. And Timmy Thomas, 1972, his single, kind of a one-hit wonder for Timmy Thomas. It's a good one. Why Can't We Live Together on Jazz 88. Before that, we went back to 1964 with organist Shirley Scott and her then husband, saxophonist Stanley Turrentine. Their Blue Flames record brought Grand Street to Jazz 88 and the Jazz Impulse tonight. It's the second hour. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman, bringing you 3 hours of the soundtrack to your Saturday on this 4th of July weekend. Hope you're having a great 4th of July. We're going to have a check-in from Phil Nussbaum later this hour, as well as so much great party jams, including music from the Meters. We'll hear something from Graham Central Station, Brian Auger and the Trinity. Idris Muhammad will be leading us on a black rhythm revolution in a moment. We start off the set in 1968. Harpist Alice Coltrane, a tribute to her then late husband, who had recently passed at the time, John Coltrane. Her Monastic Trio record, released in 1968, floating about in the spiritual jazz genre tonight. Alice Coltrane and the lovely Sky Boat on the Jazz Impulse. 1969, organ man Brian Auger and his group The Trinity released the Definitely What record, doing a Wes Montgomery tune, Bumpin' on Sunset on the Jazz Impulse. Drummer Idris Muhammad, before that, dropped The Scorcher, Black Rhythm Revolution in 1971, doing the Charles Wright soul classic, Express Yourself. Started off the set with Alice Coltrane, bringing us up into the heavens on the Jazz Impulse tonight with lovely Skyboat. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. This is the Jazz Impulse, the soundtrack to your Saturday night. Much more groovin' vinyl coming up to wrap up the hour and the third hour of the Jazz Impulse tonight here on Jazz 88. We'll be having a check-in with Phil Nussbaum. He is talking to guitarist Scott Gary. His trio is performing at Jazz Central next Friday, July 10th. Phil will be talking to him, and more great music here tonight on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
Jazz Impulse brings you the here and now, Saturday nights, 7 to 10 p.m. on Jazz 88.
Banjo, harp, and drums. Who puts those together? Bela Fleck, Edmar Castaneda, and Antonio Sanchez do just that in the Beat Trio. That's next time on Jazz Night in America. I'm Christian McBride.
Tonight at 10.
So my approach to writing, I could do a couple different ways. Sometimes I have voice memos on my phone. I sing an idea. Then when I get home, sit down with my guitar, play through that idea, and when I'm comfortable with the tune, it comes out easy. If I'm having trouble writing it, I just put it away, forget about it. Sometimes I hear a melody in my head and bring it out on the guitar and then, add the chords to that. Also, just sitting down with no idea in my mind and just start playing chords, and that gives me a little something to work with, to build on. I always was interested in the beats, the rhythm in music growing up. Never really listened to lyrics, I like the drums, I like the bass. And that's another way where I will start writing a music, just having a beat, rhythm, and go from there.
Scott, in a way, for you, the compositional process culminates when you present a song to the players you're working with.
I like to have the chart written, present it to the band. I don't like to waste their time, and hopefully I wrote all the correct notes down. But ultimately, there will be some editing to do. Maybe we'll play it together, and I don't like this or that. Might have to rearrange it just a bit, but for the most part, when I present it to a band, it's how it should be played and, finalized.
How do you like the way Mirror, Mirror came out?
Yeah, so Mirror, Mirror was the last tune we recorded in the session. Almost forgot about that song. We had about 15 minutes left. I'm like, we got to do Mirror, Mirror. Yeah, that was a one-take tune. The name of a Mirror, Mirror is just the way it lays out on the fretboard, and the chords kind of reflect each other in a mirror fashion. It's an upbeat tune, happy. It's got some time changes in it. That tune felt great.
Scott, you wrote a tune called Frenchie, which has an interesting backstory.
The tune, the Frenchie, the title, it kind of sounds like it would come from a French film. And that was Melody First song. I started playing it downstairs. I had this little motif going, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. So I just developed it. It took me about 15 minutes to actually put the whole thing together. It just flowed right out of me. It is a little bossa nova, kind of a minor sounding tune. And I play it with other groups, some quartets I play with, and I get good response from it.
You also got good responses from some other close-in people.
My aunt, she was at a show in La Crosse, and they played it with a trio. I think that was the first time I actually played it live. My aunt comes up to me after the show. I really like that Frenchie tune. I was like, well, thank you.
We're speaking with Scott Gary, the guitar composer, and you've got one that you consider a backbeat tune. It's called Intro. And how'd you get the inspiration for this?
Once again, in the basement, playing some chords. It sounded like an intro to a song, and it has a little bit of a backbeat to it. Yeah, so it's another tune that just kind of developed relatively easy.
You were saying that it was liked by a drummer, and I guess I would expect that.
So yeah, my friend Brad, he's a drummer. He gave him the album, the 3D album. He listened to it. It's like, Scott, yeah, I really like that intro tune. He said it reminded me of Monk meets Schofield. And I do have a little bit of dirt on guitar in that solo.
What do you mean by dirt?
Little distortion, just a little crunch on the lead. Schofield has been known for that.
Guitarist Scott Gary's trio performs original work at Jazz Central Studios in Minneapolis Friday, July 10th. Doors open at 7:30. The show is at 8. For information, the Jazz Central Studios web address is jazzcentralstudios.org. This program is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Phil Nussbaum speaking. Guitarist Scott Gary's trio.
The Twin Cities music scene is always in motion, and the Jazz88 live music calendar helps you keep up. Discover who's playing where, from hidden gem venues to the biggest stages in town. Musicians can add their own shows, making it a true hub for the local scene. Presented by Northrop Remodeling and Northrop Roofing, the Jazz88 live music calendar is on air and is waiting for you anytime online at jazz88.fm.
I'd had it for just under 2 years, but it was quickly becoming more expensive to maintain, so I thought instead of go through the hassle of trying to find someone to buy it, I would just donate it to Jazz88. I've always thought that cruising around the Twin Cities is not quite the same without Jazz88 in the background. My name is Andrew, I live in St. Paul, and I donated my 2004 Toyota Prius. I love Jazz88 and I want to see it continue to grow and flourish.
Turn your car into radio programming you love. Get started at jazz88.fm/support.
You are listening to the Jazz Impulse with Danny Sigelman on Jazz88.
Is that really all you have? I just tell them if it ain't. Oh, well, it sure don't mean that now I can't. 'Cause I just don't believe it's fair to judge a man by the length of his hair. Take two words like hip and square. truth will shine in light your hair. Even the blind can damn they'll see what's outside you and inside me. Down the high, through the lie. A weak man's love can be a strong man's cry.
Spinning a red hot 45 for you tonight on Jazz 88. The Meters and Little Old Money Maker making it happen for you here on the Jazz Impulse. Getting into a little New Orleans vibe. I think we'll keep that rolling with some Alan Toussaint coming up. Bassist Larry Graham would start the Graham Central Station after leaving Sly and the Family Stone, keeping things real funky on that bass. The tune Hair from Larry Graham and Graham Central Station, 1974. Got some Surefire Soul Ensemble coming up before the end of the hour. Staying in New Orleans with perhaps the king of the New Orleans sound. His 1975 Southern Nights record has him singing about Country John. It's Alan Toussaint on the Jazz Impulse.
Country John lives his life, mostly working at the mill. And other than his wife, a single dream is his only thrill. Gotta get away, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a bandman. Gotta get away, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a bandman. In the evening when the sun began to fade, and work is over and supper is too, a shabby guitar case comes out from underneath the bed, and Country John would do his due. Say now, didn't he show enough, didn't he, yes, I'm free. Didn't he show enough, didn't he, I am free. Too much, didn't he, I have taken. So much, didn't he, is forsaken. Between the moonshine and the shining of the moon, and his sway-back woman by his side, and he would soon find that the lining of his tune from way back was too hard to divide. Say now, gotta get a week in the morning, gotta leave, gotta see the land, gotta got your woman, gotta get so gotta see the land. Gotta get so, gotta see the land, gotta see the land. Gotta be away, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a band man. Gotta be away, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a band man. All the elders and the young folk too rock with John while he did his due. Rock enough, didn't he? The moonshine and the shadows through the pine, they all rock with John too. See now, gotta get a show, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a man, gotta get a show, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a man, so gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a man. Gotta get so, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a man. Leave it in the morning, leave it, got your woman. Gotta get away, gotta see the land, gotta see the world, gotta be a man. Gotta get away, gotta see the land, gotta
It's the middle of the week, and you're already weary, stressed out, and hungry. You need to feed your soul. So tune in to Soul Village on Jazz 88. Every Wednesday night, we cook up some fine funk, delectable R&B, and savory soul music. Tasty. Find the music to feed your need with a visit to Soul Village Wednesday nights at 9, right here on Jazz 88 and online at jazz88.fm.
Programming on Jazz 88 is supported by a generous donation from the estate of Jeffrey James Lowhouse. For information on how to make Jazz 88 part of your charitable giving, email the Development Department, development@jazz88.fm.
Of the 564 recreational boating drownings in 2023, the United States Coast Guard reports 87% were not wearing a life jacket. Life jackets save lives. Wearing the appropriate life jacket increases your chances of surviving when involved in a boating accident. Make sure your life jacket is a proper fit, right for the activity, and U.S. Coast Guard approved. This is critical to ensuring that it does what it's intended to do. Save your life.
Jazz 88 Roots begins Friday night at 7 with the blues. Then from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. on Saturday, it's bluegrass, Celtic, variety, and a slice of Louisiana. Check out Roots Friday evening at 7 through Saturday on Jazz 88.
It's Jazz 88. It's the 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're being safe. It's time for a roads and weather update. In White Bear Lake, North Highway 61 is reduced to one lane at Highway 96 for road work. In the East Metro, Lake Elmo Avenue is closed at Highway 36 for road construction. Chances showers and thunderstorms tonight before 9 p.m. and after 2 a.m. tonight, looking at a low for the overnight of 62 degrees, but waking up tomorrow to sunny skies and a high near 81 for Sunday. It's listener-driven Jazz 88.
You are listening to 88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Jazz88.fm, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
The Jazz Impulse fills your Saturday night up right on Jazz 88.
It's the third hour of the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88. It does get to be a little out there this time of night on Saturday nights on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88. That's how we like it. Guitarist Jukka Tolvanen, born in Finland in 1952. In 1974, his Tolvanen record brought us Ramblin'. He was rambling on with bassist Heikki Virtanen, drummer Rhino Lane, and Pekka Poiri on alto saxophone. That is a really incredible record of rock jazz fusion from 1974. Definitely dig into Jukka Tolvanen and his body of work, as we did here tonight on Jazz 88. All killer, no filler for the third hour of this 4th of July and the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. We're going to be turning it out this hour. Music from X-Ray Vision on the way. Saxophonist Hank Crawford checking in with some string orchestra jazz. Freddie Hubbard's going to be getting down in 1970. The Black Angel record. We'll hear from that in a moment. But first, your favorite Brazilian fusion jazz trio. The trio known as Azimuth started in the late 60s. 1980 in their Outubro record is going to bring you the tune Un Amigo. Que pasa? It's here on Jazz 88.
Jazz Impulse takes you for a ride through your Saturday nights. Live on Jazz 88.
Now on the road to the end of time, he's on an epic through his own mind. His own mind. From satellites to kilobytes.
Return to paradise. With me across the sea, return to paradise. All in life worthwhile is on that isle. Return to paradise. Turn to love, love evermore. Come, my love, and find your peace of mind. Return to paradise. Turns to love, love evermore. Come with me and find your peace of mind. Return to paradise, to paradise, to paradise, to paradise, to paradise, to paradise.
Really cool record. It came out in 2002, kind of set a trend for a while. A lot of jazz records getting remixed for the sound of the time. Sounds very of the time. The Shirley Horn was remixed by Mark D. Clive Lowe. The Return to Paradise from Verve Remixed. I think they did about 4 or 5 volumes of that stuff. I think the first one, definitely kind of the best of the lot. Much like how the Planet of the Apes movies, the first one is really the only good one. In any case, you heard it here. There's other great Verve remix records. You heard it here on the Jazz Impulse tonight on Jazz 88. Having a lot of fun with the dance vibes as we do in the third hour of the Jazz Impulse. X-Ray Vision from 1984, their 12-inch release. Video Control was in there. We heard sax man Hank Crawford checked in with orchestra. Wonderful version of Stardust tonight on Jazz 88. Freddie Hubbard was getting down. And we started off the set in style with Brazilian jazz funk trio Ajimuth and Un Amigo on Jazz 88. Hearing some new music here from the Budos Band. They're taking us out here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. Hope you're having a great 4th of July. We've had a lot of fun with you here tonight, as we do every Saturday, 7 to 10 on Jazz 88. Your host, Danny Sigelman, signing off. Do stay tuned for Jazz Night in America with Christian McBride. That's coming up at 10 o'clock. And then at 11, This Just In with Yancey Jameson. Be safe. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. We'll see ya when we see ya here on Jazz 88.
Serving the here and now, the Jazz Impulse, 7 to 10 p.m. every Saturday night on Jazz 88.
yeah. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying until I reach my highest ground. Teachers, keep on teaching. Preachers, keep on preaching. Words, keep on turning. 'Cause it won't be too long. Oh no. Lovers, keep on loving. Believers, keep on believing. Sleepers, just stop sleeping. 'Cause it won't be too long. Oh no. I'm so glad that he let me try again. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. Till I reach my highest ground. No one's gonna bring me down. Oh no. Till I reach the highest ground. Don't you let nobody bring you down.
It's been a tough stretch for farming, but even in a year like this, there's good news. 7 years of data show that farms in the Minnesota Ag Water Quality Certification Program earn about 1.5 times the net income of non-certified farms. The practices behind certification, like using inputs wisely and diversifying cropping systems, keep proving their value. A local expert helps you build a plan. Financial assistance may be available. See what certification can mean for you at mylandmylegacy.com. Paid for by the Minnesota Department of Agriculture, aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
The car served me through college, grad school. It moved me from Minneapolis to Portland, Oregon, and then Portland, Oregon to Augusta, Georgia. And the Lumina is still giving by putting my favorite programs on the air. It feels awesome. My name is Bethany, and I donated my car to public radio.
Your unused vehicle can power programming on Jazz 88, and you receive the full value of your vehicle as a tax deduction. Learn more. Visit jazz88.fm/support.
Jazz 88's Frank Ingdahl Fund, established in memory of jazz musician, MPS educator, and one of KBEM's founders, Frank Ingdahl, provides funding to support the salaries and administration of our student intern program. To keep this valuable program thriving, contribute today by going to jazz88.fm/support and clicking on the Frank Ingdahl Fund.
Looking for a smart, effective, and jazzy way to promote your business? Underwriting on Jazz 88 connects you and your business with an audience that is loyal, thoughtful, and engaged. Share your message, grow your brand, and support Jazz 88 at the same time. It's good for your business, and it's good for our community. Underwriting on Jazz 88 is always a sound investment. Learn more. Reach out to us at development@jazz88.fm.
Manny Hill here, reminding you to check out the programming we have from the students and staff of Minneapolis Public Schools, available on demand at mpsvoices.com. It's all under the programs and sports drop-down menus on the site. Find it all at mpsvoices.com.
It's Jazz 88. It's the 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're being safe. It's time for a roads and weather update. In White Bear Lake, North Highway 61 is reduced to one lane at Highway 96 for road work. In the East Metro, Lake Elmo Avenue is closed at Highway 36 for road construction. Chances showers and thunderstorms tonight before 9 p.m. And after 2 a.m. tonight, looking at a low for the overnight of 62 degrees, but waking up tomorrow to sunny skies and a high near 81 for Sunday. It's listener-driven Jazz 88.
88.5 KBEM FM, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Jazz88.FM online, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
Banjo, harp, and drums. Who puts those together? Bela Fleck, Edmar Castaneda, and Antonio Sanchez. That's who. They come together as the Beat Trio.
Or also known as the world's most unlikely band, because I would dare to say nobody has ever seen this combination of instruments, and neither had I.
That's Antonio speaking. I'm Christian McBride, and this is Jazz Night in America. Today, 3 extraordinary musicians from different traditions find